What's up? What's up? What's up? Once again, we're dealing with Sepulture and Barry. We already know commonly that Sepulture and Barry is like, 6 feet deep. We know that. So let's deal with what we don't know about it, right? For the ones don't know, Sepulture is referenced a lot in the Bible. And we'll run through a couple of those scriptures to see if it relates to this general information about sepultures. All right. So sepulture, a small room or monument cut in rock or built of stone in which a dead person is laid or buried. All right. We're dealing with tombs, vaults, crypts, catacombs, all that. Lay in literary, right? Just basically meaning writings and stuff like that for the most part, like the Bible or whatever. Lay or bury, lay or bury in, or as if in a sepulture. Now, the or as if in, you know what I mean? That's a red flag for me. All right, serve as a burial place for. All right. Middle English, via Old French from Latin, sepulchral, burial place, from superiorly, superiorly or something like that, meaning bury. All right. So let's go to bury and see what bury is. Bury is put or hide underground. Place a dead body, in parentheses, in the earth, in a tomb, or in the sea, typically with funeral rites. Now, it's a inside a tomb, inside of the earth. Now that's a different type of burying. I don't know if they say that they was inside of the earth in the tomb or nothing like that. All right, but let's keep going. Lose someone, especially a relative, through death. Completely cover, cause to disappear or become inconspicuous or conspicuous. Inconspicuous. So it's hide, cover, secrete, and fold. All right? Move or put out of sight. Now, if we talking about getting rid of the idea of idols and all that kind of stuff, that's a different way of looking at it too. Like God is out of sight. Out of sight and out of your mind. You know, real one in a way. Out of sight and out of mind. Anyway, they say deliberately forget, conceal from oneself. Deliberately forget, conceal from oneself. Like the thing that you used to do, like, hey, I don't do that no more. I don't think about it. I ain't dealing with it. Overwhelm an opponent beyond hope of recovery. Overwhelm an opponent beyond hope of recovery. All right? You buried yourself. Involve oneself deeply in something to the exclusion of other concerns. Okay? Involve oneself deeply in something to the exclusion of other concerns. Now, the origin is Old English fire gun of West Germanic origin related to the verb borrow and to borrow. So let's deal with this origin of the etymology of the word bury first. I guess it's gonna deal with the other thing too, the burger or whatever. Let's do it. Y'all know I like to get down to the nitty gritty and see what's actually going on. I don't like being lied to. Don't like being lied to. All right, bury. Old English, bargain. To raise a mound. Okay, like the Indian mounds and all that. That's what I think of. The baby in your mama's stomach. Your mama's stomach is a mound. Raise the mound. Hide. Enclose in a grave or tomb. Enter. Akin to be organ. Akin to be organ. To shelter. From Proto-Germanic Berzigen, meaning protection or shelter. God is our protector, our shelter, and all that. So is that what they're talking about? Were they talking about the Sepulture? Are they playing mind games with us? Source also of Old Saxon, Bergon. Dutch, Bergen, or Bergen or something. Old Norse, Bijarra. Swedish, Bergera. Old High German, Bergera. Protect, shelter, conceal. Okay? Joseph thought to keep Mary private, shelter, conceal. Conceal the word of God in you or whatever the case. German, Bergen. Gothic, Bergen, meaning to save or preserve. From Pi root, birth, berg, I don't know. But it means to save or preserve or whatever, right? So we know what that means. I see where I'm going with this, right? To hide, protect. That's what burglar means, whatever it is. To hide something or protect something, meaning cover, conceal from sight. Cover or conceal something from sight. The power that operates us is concealed from sight. We can't see it, but we know it's there. Can't see God, but we know it's there. You understand? All right, meaning cover, conceal from sight is from 1711. Related, buried, burying, burying ground, cemetery. Attested from 1711. Buried treasure is from 1801. See? So it's burying then plus ground. So the burying that's in the ground. You understand? Ground burial. All right? So let's keep going. The Old English Y was short oo sound. Was a short oo sound. Okay? Like modern French, you or ooh. Under normal circumstances, it transformed into modern English, I. In bridge, the kid, listen, sister. So what's the original use for the letter I, right? That's how you sign it out. And it came from the French ou, which came from, and it sounded like the double O sound, ooh, right? They use in Old English. It represents Y. The Y is the short sound of ooh. Instead of putting two O's, they put a Y. So in Old English, the Y sound is the ooh sound. Okay? That's what it's saying. It said it retained Kentish change. Oh, sorry. I skipped those. All right, so it says sister right here. But in a few other words, Mary, Nell, it retained a Kentish change to E that took place in the late Old English period. Okay, so really the E sound as well, like like Mary, Nell, you know what I mean? So a bri, so a or right? In the West Midlands, meanwhile, the Old English Y sound persisted, slightly modified over time, giving the standard modern pronunciation of blush, much, church. So it's ch, church. All right. All right. So you is really a Y, is what they're telling you. If you're kind of like Old English and all that, and we get the spelling crazy and shit, we be trying to be like, yeah. So like the J sound might be something else. You know what I mean? When I be juggling all this shit. Like J probably is the other sound, right? But anyway. But I think y'all get what I'm saying about the berry part. So let me see if I can pull up the post of scriptures right quick. See if I can pull something up. That y'all know that we ain't necessarily talking about always gotta be talking about you know, how they try to play it. Trying to find the scripture real quick. A real burial though is what I was trying to say. I got all kind of stuff open. Get y'all with. I don't see the exact one I'm looking for. Yeah. Go back to the kind of stuff. Not my bad. All right. Back to the top. Scriptures. Like all right, this is the one I'm looking for right here. So I'm gonna read a few of them, just so y'all can peep game or whatever. If y'all can peep game, all of them gonna sound like it's a real burial, but keep in mind that we're talking about salvation and stuff like that. If you can, that we can be talking about that, right? And it might make more sense with some things. All right, you say when we get to the hear us, my Lord, thou art a mighty prince among us, in the choice of our sepulchres. Bury you're dead. None of us shall withhold from thee his sepulture, but that thou mayest bury your dead. All right? So, anyway, let me keep going and explain to you everyone. And he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab over against Beth Peor. But no man knoweth of his sepulture unto this day. I think Bethor might be a Beth Peor might be a false god or something like that. Let me see. Yeah. Y'all see how it's saying Baal Peor? Y'all see that? So this is referencing to some type of false god or something. You know what I'm saying? So now that y'all see what I'm talking about, as far as like what they killing, so to speak. You know what I mean? And then they raising up from the dead after that, for the most part. But they dying to it. You know what I mean? They staying in it. They staying stuck in it. I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying, but let me keep going. That was just one little small example. They say, but no man knoweth of his sepulture unto this day. Like they don't know what he was all about and what he was representing. You know? And they would like they say they bury him in the valley in the land of Moab. It's like the Moabites over against Beth Peor. You know what I mean? They would have him to follow that religion or culture or whatever they got going on under Baal and all that. But they were like, I guess he didn't really follow that, and they don't really know what he followed. They don't really, he did his own thing, what it sounded like. All right, Judges. And Gideon, the son of Joash, died in a good old age and was buried in the sepulchre of Joash, his father, in Ophrah of the Abidrites. Now, y'all see that look like Oprah. I guarantee you it got something to do with a goddess or something, probably. But anyway, it say, and in Gideon, right, son of Joash, died in a good old age and was buried in the sepulchre of Joash, his father, in Ophrah of the Abizrites. Let me see something. I just want to see. Died in the sepulchre of Joash. Let's see who that is. All right. They say Joash as a boy's name is of Hebrew origin, and the meaning of Joash is given by the Lord. All right? I mean, he's saving you. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Joash was given by the Lord to save somebody. Right? Okay. We keep going. They say his father in Ophrah. Let's see what this means. All right, let's see what Ophrah means. Ophrah is a name in the Hebrew Bible meaning a fund given to a city of Benjamin, probably identical with Ephraim. Let's see. Mean the same thing. Meaning a fund. All right, what is a fund? A fawn is a young deer in its first year, a light yellowish brown color, beige, producing of a deer, produce young. Old English, Fagnion, make or be glad. Of Germanic origin, related to fame. So it sounds like the Holy Ghost, right? Being joyful again. Now I can't say Oprah always smiling. She a billionaire and all that stuff. So now I ain't gonna jump to no conclusion, but I did kind of lean and say it probably had something to do with the goddess and all that. I was wrong about that. It seemed like, but I ain't gonna say I was wrong. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of different gods and stuff like that represent certain things. They give different gifts, and people pray to certain gods to receive good, gifts and all that. Anyway, either left or right. Y'all got eyes to see however you see. All right. But it's a Germanic origin related to fame. Let's see what that means. It's a pleased or willing under the circumstances. Pleased or willing under the circumstances. Compelled by the circumstances. Obliged, meaning you'll pretty much do whatever depending on the circumstances. It said with pleasure, gladly. All right, Old English, pagan, happy, well, pleased, of Germanic origin, from a base meaning rejoice, related to fun, the second definition. All right, brings us back to fun, I mean rejoice, joyful, like I was saying too. And being obliged to do whatever, like they were saying. All right, second definition, of a person, give a servile display of exaggerated flattery or affection, typically in order to gain favor or advantage. Of an animal, especially a dog, shows slavish devotion, especially by crawling and rubbing against someone. Old Fagnian, make or be glad, of Germanic origin, related to fame. Or is that fame? Sound like damn near like fame. Fame. Yeah. Maybe you want to look up fun. Damn. Maybe you want to look up what fame means. But anyway, y'all see where I'm going with it. That was the name Oprah. That's where Oprah comes from, meaning fun, given to. All right. Going back. What was that? Josh Bergon. All right. So we got all of that. Blueberry. Now just getting on back to the scriptures. Now we got Oprah and all that, all that stuff we just checked out through Oprah. All right. So now it say, when thou art departed from me today, then thou shalt find two men by Rachel's sepulture in the border of Benjamin at Zelzah, and they will say unto thee, the asses which thou wentest to seek are found. And lo, your father hath left the care of the asses, and sorrieth for you, for you, saying, what shall I do for my son? All right. It say, find two men by Rachel's sepulture in the border of Benjamin at Zelzah. Okay. So is Rachel dead in this context or not? I don't know. Let's see. Hope I better get back to where I'm at. Let's see. It say, then Samuel took a vial of oil and poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, is it not because the Lord have anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance? I guess he asked him, why, what is this for? They say, when thou art departed from me today, then thou shalt find two men by Rachel's sepulchre in the border of Benjamin at Zelzah, and they will say unto thee, the asses which thou wentest to seek are found, and lo, your father hath left the care of the asses, and sorroweth for you, saying, what shall I do for my son? Then shalt thou go up on forward from thence, and thou shalt come to the plain of Tabor, and there shall meet thee three men going up to God to Bethel, one carrying 3 kids, and another carrying 3 loaves of bread, and another carrying a bottle of wine. They going up to the Lord. What? Come on, man. Just like what I'm trying to explain to y'all. We talking about salvation and all that kind of stuff, y'all. Like once you know what's going on, what the words and stuff actually mean, then when you read it, it makes more sense. You might be like, what? They going up to God, to the Bethel. What? They got loads of bread. They carrying kids. They got, even though, yeah, if you look at it on surface level, that's G2. You like, what? They got their wine, so I'm finna take me some wine to the church and all that. We about to get fucked up and go deal with God at Bethel. You understand me? And as we can, you understand? But at the same time, but they ain't really talking about none of that, for real. Well, it is. But on the flip side, let me say it like that. Seeing what they ain't saying, we talking about God Almighty, man. Understanding of God, the bread of life, 3 kids. Anyway, what it is, the eyes or something? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what Bethel mean right quick. They said they were going to God to Bethel. They won't even let me put it up like that. But they hate. Well, let me get on up out of here. All right. On we go. Moving on. Since we understand that. It say, and they took up Ashel and buried him in the sepulchre of his father, which was in Bethlehem. And Joab and his men went all night, and they came to Hebron at break of day. Now we understand by break of day and all that type of stuff, that's the sun rising, that's salvation again all day long. That's what they're talking about, right? They're saying Joab and his men went all night, and they came to Hebron at break of day. Like they had to work it out, go through the death process, you know what I'm saying, sepulture, all that, right? Saying they took up Ashiel, right, and buried him in the sepulchre of his father, which was in Bethlehem. And Joab and his men went all night. You see what I'm saying? They went in dark. They didn't know what was going on until they figured it out. They came to Hebron and break a day. So let's go through a couple of words to see right quick, see if that match up. They're saying they took up Ashiel. So let's see what this means. See what Asahel means. I already see it got hell in it. I don't know if that means anything or not. All right. Asahel, Hebrew, was the youngest son of Zuriah, herself either the daughter of Jesse or daughter of Nahash, and stepdaughter of Jesse. The name means made by God. Made by God. Okay, so that's the code. Being made by God. So let's see where we go with this. All right. And they took up made by God, right? And buried him in the sepulture of his father. You see what I'm saying? So they made themselves up by God. You know what I mean? That's the burying. That's the all right. It say which was in Bethlehem. Which was in Bethlehem. Let's check it out. You just gotta check out the key words, man. It say house of meat, huh? Bethlehem mean house of meat. That's just what it say off the rip. All right. So just running through it. It say, and Joab and his men went all night. So Joab, what did this mean? So they was going all night getting that meat. You know what I'm talking about? The real understanding, the wisdom. That's what it sounds like to me. Let's see what it means. It say the name Joab is derived from Yahweh, the name of the God of Israel, and the Hebrew word meaning father. It therefore means Yahweh is father. Okay? So it's telling you they were followers of Yahweh. That's the meat they was eating. All right? It say, and the followers of Yahweh, right? And his men went all night and they came to Hebron, right? So let's see what Hebron is. Y'all might be like, man, damn, this shit'll take too damn long. Yeah, I'd rather take long and be strong. You know what I mean? Take long and be right, and be fast and be wrong. You understand? So like once you get the code, it'd be like, oh, okay. Then you can finesse it. You already know what's going on. You know, got something to do with something. Then you can read between the lines, knowing what you can look at, knowing different ways you can see shit. I'm just saying. See what the shit mean in Hebrew right quick. Right quick. What is Hebrew? Why they hiding this? Why they ain't popping right up like the rest of them? All right. It's a place of joining, alliance, to join. That's what it means. Alliance, your help, basically. Right? It said it came to help, right? They was in night. Remember, they was in the night. They was in the darkness. They didn't know what was going on. And it said, and they came to Hebron at break of day. Mm-hmm. Came to understanding, came to illumination, all right, of whatever, all right. Now, it say, and David commanded his young men, and they slew them, and cut off their heads and their feet, and hanged them up over the pool in Hebron. But they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the sepulture of Abner in Hebron. Now, what's going on here? He's saying David cut off the heads. No, I'm sorry. The hands and the feet of these men. Decapitation almost, right? And hanged them up over the pool in Hebron. So they wasn't in Hebron, I guess, right? And they say, but they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the sepulture of Abner in Hebron. Okay? So it's somebody David got rid of. I guess it was something false. And then he placed the wisdom, which is the head, right, of Ishbosheth I think he was probably a follower of God or something like that, if I ain't mistaken, and buried it in its rightful place, which in the sepulchre, right, of Abner in Hebron. So let's see. Let's follow some of these words. So let's see what Ishbosheth is. Find out what this is. It seemed to be important. Okay. His name originally Ishbal or Ishbal, meaning man of Baal. Uh-oh. Baal, which to mean master, was a title of dignity because the name came to be increasingly associated with Canaanite fertility gods. Uh-oh. Hebrew editors later substituted Bosheth, meaning shame, for Baal. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So now, let's go back and read it from that light. So it say, but they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the sepulchre of Abner, okay, in Hebron. So, see what this means. So they're talking about goddesses and all that, right? Talk about the goddesses. It say Abner, masculine, proper name. Name of Saul's commander in the Old Testament. Hebrew Abner, something like that. Literally, my father is light. From Abba, father, and light. So it means my father is light. That's what they say. So it put Baal and buried it in the sepulchre of light in Hebron, meaning it covered it up. Okay, I get it. Put it in the light where it got blinded. You understand? Let them know, like, man, I don't follow no Baal and all that there ish bullshit. Put your head in the light, man. In Hebron. Okay? Yeah, I get it. Y'all get it? All right, let's go. It say, and when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he settled his ass and arose and got him home to his house, to his city, and put his household in order and hanged himself and died and was buried in the sepulchre of his father. Okay? It's saying when Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed. Okay? So he got rid of his counsel, is what it sounds like. Let's see. See what this name means. All right, it's a brother of ruin. In biblical names, the meaning of the name Ahithophel is brother of ruin or folly, right? Meaning that it's some bullshit, meaning he was following some bull, so he got rid of it. That's what it's trying to explain what you should do within yourself. Like, hey, man, it's a bullshit. Let me get rid of this Ahithophel, whatever it says, shit. All right, it's a lack of good sense, foolishness, right? So he lacked good sense. He got, foolishness. So he got rid of it. He started using his good sense. Stop being foolish. It's a costly ornamental building with no practical purpose, especially a tower or mock Gothic ruin built in a large garden or park, right? Like these churches don't really have no purpose type stuff, like folly and vain. All right, Middle English from Old French, folly, madness, right? Get rid of the madness. In modern French, also, delight, favorite dwelling, folly, fool, foolish. See, the thing about the Bible, man, is that like the Greeks or whoever wrote this shit, they had a sick sense of humor. You understand? And so they make their shit sound all dark and gloomy, you know? But it was just writing. It was entertainment, you know? So they letting you know that this name, Ahithophel, mean brother of ruin or folly. You see what I'm saying? It just mean folly. It's like a concept, you know, like a character that's not real almost. Like it's a character. And this character represents folly. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so he hanged himself. Man, this deep. I don't know about y'all. I'm teaching myself, that's for sure. All right, so it say, and when Folly saw that his counsel was not followed, right, he saddled his ass and arose. I mean, got up and got him home to his house, to his city, and put his household in order. Okay? Put his household in order and hang himself. Huh? And died. So that would be contradictory if you didn't know what I was just saying. He had to get rid of the bullshit. Man, let me clean out this bullshit and get myself straight and hang that shit I was on. You see what I'm saying? And he put his household in order. He would be putting his household in order and hanging himself in real life. Like a person that hang themselves in real life means they feel like their house is out of order. That's why they hanging themselves. See what I'm saying? Right? I'm just saying. I had to use my common sense. Get rid of folly and all that. I got to look at it for what it is. All right. It said, and died and was buried in the sepulture of his father. Okay? He died, right? He was buried in the sepulture of his father. Right? God Almighty. Okay. And the bones of Saul and Jonathan, his son, buried they in the country of Benjamin, in Zelah, in the sepulchre of Kish, his father. And they performed all that the king commanded. And after that, God was entreated for the land. Okay? Key word. And after that, God was entreated for the land. Let's see what entreated is. All right, let's find out what entreated is. To ask earnestly, beg or plead with, implore, to make an earnest request or petition for something. Till we can get to the origin. Because it might end up meaning something else. Let's see. It don't seem like they're going to give me too much more. Let's just see what it says. Late Middle English, originally as interest. Hold on, wait. That ain't what I just looked up, is it? Hold up. I get the interest. Treat. Is entreat interest? Or did I just happen to just type in the wrong thing? Maybe they're trying to say entreat is interest. Hold on, let me see something. Let me see something. Interest. Let's spell that right. Let me see something. All right, let's see what this say. Interest. Late Middle English, originally as interest. From Anglo-Norman, French, and all that different being okay, let me see. I just want to get it simple first before I go into all these details because the main word is entreat. So I got to see what that means first. Before I get off track, y'all. Regular define. Entreat. Okay. To ask a person, earnestly beseech, implore, beg, to ask earnestly for something, right? Now, let me go to interest. But I was trying to find the origin and all that, and it took me to interest. So let's see if it means the same thing. The state of wanting. Let me go to origin. My bad, y'all. You know, when I get to looking, man, I can't help myself. It's taking me back to everything it was saying earlier. All right, it's a late Middle English, originally interest, from Anglo-Norman French interesse, from Latin interesse, differ, be important, from enter, between, be, so be in between. The T was added partly by association with Old French interest, damage, loss, apparently from Latin interest. It is important. The original sense was the possession of a share in or a right to something, hence interest. Sense 4 of the noun interest, sense 1 of the noun, and the verb arose in the 18th century interest, sense 2 of the noun, was influenced by medieval Latin interesse, meaning compensation for a debtor's defaulting. Okay? So that part of it came later. Basically, it's dealing with damage or loss, like something that's important. Be in between something, right? Be between something. We know what's between us, but I don't know how that relates to entreat. Go back to entreat. See if it represents being in between anything. They say to ask a person. Yeah, that shows a person being in between what you want. To ask a person earnestly, beseech, implore, beg, to earnestly ask for something. All right. Anyway, going back. That wasn't a good spiel, right? Go back to what we was doing. Get back to where we was at. All right, say God was entreated for the land, so he was begged, right? Basically what they're trying to say, right? Yeah, to just keep it straight up and down without going too left or right. Even though it meant a lot more stuff than that. All right. And the bones of Saul and Jonathan, his son, buried they in the country of Benjamin, in Zelah, in the sepulture of Kish, his father. So let's check out Zelah real quick. Zelah. Should have put in Hebrew with the other one. All right. In biblical names, the meaning of the name Zelah is rib, side, or halting. So we're talking about the rib now, huh? What the rib got to do with it? Say Benjamin in in Zelah, inside, in rib, or inside, huh? Country of Benjamin. The country of Benjamin on the inside. In the sepulture of Kish. his father. Let's see what Kish means. Check out Kish. I need to keep it. All right, let's see. Biblical names. The meaning of the name Kish is hard, difficult, strong, or for age. So something hard, something difficult, strong, or it could be for age. All right. They say, and they performed all that the king commanded. And after that, God was entreated for the land. Oh, okay. So they was hard, you know what I mean? They went through hard times, is what it sounded like, right? They say, and the bones of Saul and Jonathan, his son, buried they in the country of Benjamin and Zelah, in the sepulture of Kish, hard work and all that, right? And they performed all that the king commanded, meaning worked. You know what I'm saying? Hard work. All the king commanded. And after that, God was entreated for the land, was begged, be free. All right. It say, but came his back and has eaten bread and drunk water in the place of the which the Lord did say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water. Your carcass shall not come into the sepulture of your fathers. He said, but came his back and has eaten bread and drunk water in the place of which the Lord did not say to thee, eat no bread and drink no water. Your carcass shall not come into the sepulture of your fathers. All right, that came in all in the middle of a thought. And it came to pass, after he had buried him, that he spake to his son, saying, when I am dead, then bury me in the sepulchre wherein the man of God is buried. Lay my bones beside his bones. All right, y'all heard that? He said, bury me wherein the man of God is buried. So you know the man of God ain't buried, right? So he can't be talking about that. Right? So understand all that. They say beside his bones, meaning salvation again. All right? And his servants carried him in a chariot to Jerusalem and buried him in his sepulchre with his fathers in the city of David. Right? And it came to pass, as they were burying a man, that, behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man into the sepulchre of Elisha. All right? And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet. Understand that now. Keep game. What did you say? And it came to pass, as they were burying a man, that, behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man into the sepulchre of Elisha. Okay? Or Elijah. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha or Elijah, he revived. Huh? Did he come alive? And stood up on his feet. So that should be letting y'all know we're talking about salvation again. So let's check out what the name, I think I'm going to stop on this one. Let's check out the name Elisha right quick, or Elijah. Y'all got to understand what be going on. If y'all want to know what's going on. What? It say, my God is my salvation, right? Elijah, Hebrew, modern, Elisa. Tiberian, Eliza, Elize. My God is salvation. Okay? A prophet and a wonder worker is what they say. Just looking at it right quick. Crazy, man. That's what I be saying. This stuff be crazy. Wow. Meaning, God is my salvation. Etymology. It's a from El God and the verb Yasha, meaning to be saved. To be saved. Okay? Wow. It's a related names via L. See the browse by form menu for a long list of L names. Via Abishua, or Jesus, or Shua, Chemosh, Elijah, Elijah, Hosanna, Hosea, Hoshaia, Isaiah, Ishi, Jeshua, Jesus, Joshua, Malchishua, Mesha, and Shua. Come on now. Somebody talk to me. It say the name Elijah or Elisha consists of two elements. The first being El, either the prominent Canaanite deity whose name became applied to the God of Israel, or the common abbreviation of Elohim, the genus God. Elohim, the genus God. So what's the genus God? What is genus? We know basically Elohim mean many, they say. So they say, I don't think I ever looked it up before. But let's go to genus right quick. Let's go to the origin. Genus mean in the mid 1600s, right? Originally from Latin, meaning birth, race, or stock. So the way they spell it now is from the 1600s, but it's originally meaning in Latin, it's birth, race, or stock. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about genus. Ain't that something? It's a principal taxonomic category that ranks above species and below family, and is denoted by a capitalized Latin name, e.g., Leo. In philosophical and general use, a class of things that have common characteristics and that can be divided into subordinate or subordinate kinds. Okay? Like they were saying, birth, race, or stock. All right, let's come out of there. Now that we understand what that name mean, so the sepulture of race and stock and all that, right? So, and it came to pass as they were burying a man that, behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man, well, a band of men, right? They're showing a stock of men of different races of different people, right? And they cast the man into the sepulture of Elisha. And when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood on his feet. He was saved. All right, but anyway. And he was buried in the sepulchre in the garden of Uzzah. And Joshua, his son, reigned in his stead. Okay, so he was buried in the garden of Uzzah. So let's see what Uzzah all about. Why is it saying Uzzah fallen angel right here? Let's see etymology. It said, Uzzah the fallen angel. Uzzah means strength, formed to be strong. Okay? Aziel, I don't know, Jaziel, Uzziel. Let me just look at a little bit more since I had caught my eye for some reason about the fallen angel. It say the verb means to be strong. Adjective means strong, mighty, or fierce. And adjective means mighty or powerful. Means strength, might, or fierceness. Noun denotes some kind of bird of prey. This word may actually be a convenient import from another language. And noun denotes a she-goat. This word may actually derive from a verb that means to be wayward or perhaps strong-headed. Wow. Verb means to bring into refuge or to seek safety. Noun, muaz, describe a place or agent of safety. Okay? Means to bring into refuge or to seek safety. Okay? Dealing with a she-goat, being strong-headed. So they had to kill ego, I guess, right? Pride or something. That's what it sounded like to me. That's what Uzzah means. Hold on, let me go back to the fallen angel, whatever they were trying to show. The fallen angel, Uzzah. They say Samyaza, also Shemhaziah, Uzziah is a fallen angel or Sithite of apocryphal Abrahamic, had not yet fallen. Uzzah is the tutelary angel of the Egyptians. Tutelary angel of the Egyptians. Let's see. Uzzah is the tutelary angel of the Egyptians. Uzzah, according to the rabbinic tradition, is suspended between heaven and earth, along with Azazel, as punishment for having had carnal knowledge of mortal women. He is said to be constantly falling, with one eye shut and the other open, to see his plight and suffer the more. What the hell going on right here? Azazel punishment for having had carnal knowledge of mortal women. Huh? So what they mean by mortal women? Are we all womb men? Let's see. You got to know these mortal women in Greek. Pandora is a mortal woman, okay? Meaning gifted, or all gifts, was the first human woman in Greek mythology. Gifted, or all gifts. Okay? So we're talking about wisdom, right? But it said the carnal knowledge of wisdom. And we're talking about Pandora and all these other people, which is tutelary angels of the Egyptians. So y'all already see, I could have went through a whole nother spiel just following that information. So let's check out carnal knowledge real quick. Sexual intercourse. So once we learn sexual intercourse of women, that's what it's trying to say. So why gotta be that kind of knowledge? Let me see what else carnal means. So when they say a carnal mind, you're talking about a sexual mind. They say relating to physical, especially sexual, needs, and activities. Late Middle English from Christian Latin, carnalis, from cardero or corn, meaning flesh. So it's from Christian Latin. Carnalis, from cardero. It really means flesh. And I guess they changed it and made it mean sex. But we're really just talking about flesh. So fleshly knowledge. So let's see flesh right quick. The soft substance consisting of muscle and fat that is found between skin and bones of an animal or a human. Found between the skin and bones. That's what flesh is. So your skin is not your flesh. Your skin is not your flesh. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Say, put weight on. Give a hound or hawk a piece of the flesh of game that was killed in order to incite it. The origin. Old English, Flask, of German origin, related to Dutch Vlies and German Vlies. That's it. Do a flesh mean right quick. All right, Fleisch is a German word meaning flesh or meat. It may refer to Jodie Flesh, born 1980, British wrestler. Okay. So we're talking about flesh or meat, right? So the knowledge of the meat. So is that what we're talking about? We're talking about knowledge. All right. So in the garden of Uzzah, I forgot what the fuck Uzzah mean. Common sense. So it was like Pandora, tutelary angel, corner knowledge, and mortal women. Yeah, you know, sound like the mother goddesses and stuff like that to me, right? And they say, and Josiah, his son, reigned in his stead. Is it seeming like he reigned in his shoes? Did he do the same thing, or did he change it up? Did he change it up, or did he do the same thing, people? All right, meaning Jehovah has healed, right? So then you know he got healed. Is a name given derived from Hebrew, Yoshi, Yahoo, Hebrew, modern, Yoshi Yaha, or Yuhu, Tiberian, Yoshi Yahoo. Jehovah has healed. The Latin form Josias was used in some early French translations of the Bible. Okay, let's see. So what was it saying? Let's see. Josiah's false idols. Just see. And furthermore, Josiah removed the mediums and spirituals. See? What I like. What I like. I like the receipts. I like to make sure I know what I'm saying, what I'm saying, what I'm saying. Uh-huh. Gonna get back to the KJV. Yeah, I think I'm really gonna close out on this. Just so y'all can see what I be doing, man, and how I be doing it. So y'all be like, okay, I see why cuz be saying that, hey, it's saying what it's saying, but it's not saying what it's saying. And if we knew what it was saying, it would be like, God damn, is this what it's saying? And how, yeah, I don't know. That's just for me. Y'all ain't me. Not this version, anyway. Y'all ain't this version of me, so fuck it. All right, let's see. I gotta do my part. What I was put here to do? Check this kind of shit out. They can say on 23. Fortunately, you read all of it, you gonna get way more information. I think that's where it started from. 23. It say, but in the 18th year of Josiah, wherein this Passover was holden to the Lord in Jerusalem. Moreover, the workers with familiar spirits and the wizards and the images and the idols and all the abominations that were spied in the land of Judah and in Jerusalem did Josiah put away, that he might perform the words of the law which were written in the book that Hilkiah the priest found in the house of the Lord. And like unto him was there no king before him that turned to the Lord with all his heart and with all his soul and with all his might, according to all the law of Moses. Neither after him arose there any like him. Notwithstanding, the Lord turned not from the fierceness of his great wrath, wherewith his anger was kindled against Judah, because of all the provocations that Manasseh had provoked him withal. And the Lord said, I will remove Judah also out of my sight, as I have removed Israel, and will cast off this city, Jerusalem, which I have chosen, and the house of which I said, my name shall be there. Okay? So we already know what's going on. Y'all just followed me all the way over here. So y'all know why I came over here, just to make sure that Josiah had followed something wrong, like the false gods and all that. Okay? Now, let's read about death right quick, might as well, because we was talking about Sepulture, right? It say that now the rest of the acts of Josiah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of Kings of Judah? In this day, Pharaoh, hold on one second, y'all. All right, let me start back from the top on this one, Josiah's death. Now the rest of the acts of Josiah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah in his days? Pharaoh Necho, king of Egypt, went up against the king of Assyria to the river Euphrates, and king of Josiah went against him, and he slew him in Megiddo when he had seen him, and his servants carried him in a chariot dead in Megiddo, and brought him to Jerusalem and buried him in his own sepulchre. And the people of the land took Jehoahaz, the son of Josiah, and anointed him and made him king in his father's stead. Okay? anointed Josiah, right? He was anointed. That's what his name basically means. By finding Yahweh or Jehovah or whatever, right? They would just understand he just buried all the wickedness or whatever that was in him so that he can be saved, right? Y'all understand what's going on. Y'all follow it. All right. But man, yeah, I just keep following the information, man. And it'll keep getting better and better and better and better and better. No cap. But until next time, I get with y'all. Peace. I'll holler.